So hi everyone, my name is Nikhil. I'm a second year food technology student at University Institute of Chemical Technology, and in this video I'll be talking about what are the dietary fats and their benefits to our body. So let's get started. Before going to start, we will firstly understand what are the fats, there are different types, and according to the types, what are their benefits to our body. So let's see. So fats are also called as fatty acids or lipids. They are made up of three different molecules joined together, and hence they are called as triglycerides. Tri means three. So three molecules joined together, and that structure is called as triglycerides. Most of the fat that our body require, it's produced by our body by own methods, but there are some fats that our body cannot produce, and those fats should be supplied to our body with the help of food that we eat. And because of that condition, those fats are called as essential fats, because we are giving them special priority. We are providing them with the help of food from outside the body, hence they are essential, hence we are providing them. So they are required by our body in extreme amounts, or not in extreme amounts, but it required by our body, hence that are called as it required by our body, and we are also providing them with the help of food, hence they are called as essential fats. And these essential fats include omega-3 fats and omega-6 fats. But when we talk about the balanced diet, we mainly focus on the intake of carbohydrates and proteins, and we mainly restrict or we limit the intake of fats in our body in that case. But fat is also a very important component of our body. It shows the paradox that at some point we say that the fat is we should limit the fat intake in our body, but eating the right amount of fat and right type of fat plays a very important role in our body, as well as it also supports very different types of functions in our body, and it is our dietary need that we should consume fats in a limited amount. There are some people who completely restrict the intake of fats in their body, but it is a dietary need of our body. The fats are required in our body for different kinds of purposes. And to talk more about the type of the different fats, we firstly need to understand how many different types of fats are there and how they are categorized. Basically, there are three types of fats. The first is saturated fats, the second is unsaturated fats, and the third is trans fats. But in case of unsaturated fats, there are further two categories. The first is monounsaturated fats, and the second is polyunsaturated fats. So let's see one by one. The first is saturated fats. Basically, these fats are solid at room temperature. These fats are found in animal-based food like chicken, red meat, full-fat dairy products, oil from coconut and palm. Basically, palm oil and coconut oil. They are also called solid fat because they are solid at room temperature. Okay, and one of the main reasons for recommending that saturated fat intake should be kept minimum. In fact, the saturated fat consumption may increase the certain heart diseases risk, as well as it can also increase the LDL cholesterol in our body, that is bad cholesterol in our body. There are some products or there are some foods which contains extreme amount of saturated fats like butter, cheese, ice cream, coconut, palm oil, as well as some baked and fried foods, as well as red meat. So you should avoid all these things in excess amount in your body. So the second type is unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats, which are liquid at room temperature, are considered as beneficial fats because they can improve the blood cholesterol levels in our body. It can ease the inflammation, it can reduce the inflammation in your body, it can stabilize the heart rhythms in your body, as well as it plays a number of different kinds of very important role in your body. As well as unsaturated fats are predominantly found in foods from plants such as vegetable oil, nuts and seeds. There are two fats under the unsaturated fats, such as the first is monounsaturated fats and the second is polyunsaturated fats. The monounsaturated fats helps to reduce the bad cholesterol levels in your body, which can lower the risk of heart diseases and stroke conditions in our body. They also provide nutrients to develop and maintain our body's cells, and oils rich in monounsaturated fats also contribute to the vitamin A to the diet. Some oils which contribute to the vitamin E are like olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, safflower oil and sesame oil. The second fat is, in case of unsaturated fats, the second fat is polyunsaturated fats. So these fats are simply fat molecules that have more than one unsaturated carbon bond in the molecule, and this is called a double bond. And hence, because of these two molecules, that is called as polyunsaturated. Basically, two or more, hence called as polyunsaturated. We know the concept of monomer and polymer. Okay, and these types of polyunsaturated fats are typically liquid at room temperature, but when we start to decrease the temperature, then it turns into solid state. Olive oil is the perfect example of a type of oil that contains polyunsaturated fats. The examples are soybean oil, corn oil, and sunflower oil. The third type is trans fat. Not in case of unsaturated, but it differentiated like saturated fats, unsaturated fats, and trans fats. So trans fats can occur both in natural and artificial form, that is man-made form. If you think about natural trans fat, then these fats are obtained from the meat products, butter, milk, and they tend to be more healthy than artificial produced fat. Artificial means the fat or the trans fat that present in the food which are produced commercially. When the word comes commercially, we say that in bulk quantities, in large quantity, with cheapest raw ingredients. And these foods are maintained to have a long shelf life, and they are highly processed, which can increase the risk of heart diseases, and eventually it can lead to obesity and overweightness in our body. Now we will consider that that including milk in your daily diet can result in an increase of LDL, that is bad cholesterol, as I have stated earlier. But take a chill pill. Let me tell you one thing about the milk, that it is a good source of 9 essential nutrients. Other than that, although it contains natural trans fats, but it does not seem to be as harmful as man-made trans fats, because we have stated that natural trans fats are good at a certain amount, but artificial trans fats are not at all good. But it is a very essential source of other different nutrients to our body, so we cannot restrict the drinking milk in our daily diet only because of one element. Some foods which contains the trans fats are like biscuits, frozen pizzas, cookies, baked foods, cakes, and highly processed foods. So this is all about the fatty acids. Like fatty acid means this is all about lipids. Another name of the fats. Fatty acid is lipids, fats. We have seen the types, a little bit of idea about the fats. What are the fats? Three different types, like saturated fats, monounsaturated, but saturated fats, unsaturated fats, then trans fats. And in case of unsaturated fats, there are again two categories, like monounsaturated fats and the polyunsaturated fats. We have seen all these things, but what are the benefits? So if you are having, or we are including, we are having all these things in our diet, all these fats in our diet, so what is their benefit? So basically, fat helps the body to absorb vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E, because these are the fat soluble vitamins. As we have studied, or as we have learned in our previous podcast, vitamins, what to take, what to skip. We have also seen what different types of vitamins, the definition of the vitamin, types of two vitamins like water soluble, fat soluble. So what is in case of fat soluble, what happens in case of fat soluble vitamin? So if you haven't checked out that podcast till now, then please check out that and then come over here again. So these vitamins are fat soluble vitamins, which means they can only be absorbed with the help of fats, and any fat that's not used by our body cells are turned into the form of energy and is converted into body fat. Any fat that is not used by our body cells is turned into energy. Likewise, unused carbohydrates and proteins are also converted into body fats. It's a total mechanism of our body. All types of fats are high in energy. A gram of fat, whether it's unsaturated or saturated, provides 9 kilocalories of energy compared with 4 kilocalories of carbohydrates and protein. A gram of fat. So basically, 1 gram of protein provides 9 kilocalories, and on the other hand side, 1 gram of carbohydrates or protein provides the 4 kilocalories of energy. Okay, you can see the difference clearly. As well as they help in case of fat cushion organ, providing cushion to the delicate organs. It stores the energy, insulates the body against elements. It supports the cell growth and many kinds of different processes. Since the fats are higher in calories per gram, when it comes to the fat, the key is being mindful of portions. Like you have to remember, you have to consider about the portions that you are going to eat. As well as eating the right type of fat is also an important thing for reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, some cancer, some different types of cancers, as well as some major health concerns or major health problems. Fats in our body performs several different processes, and they also provide different kinds of benefits to our body. Some brief benefits are like energy. Fat is an excellent source of energy. It provides 9 calories per gram, whereas the protein and carbs provides only 4 calories per gram. Hormone. In case of hormone and gene regulation, fat regulate the production of reproductive and steroid hormones, as well as genes involved in growth and metabolism. It controls all these things. As well as the brain function, adequate fat intake is important for brain health, including good mood. As well as absorption of fat soluble vitamins. For absorption of fat soluble vitamins, we are requiring fat in our body. So it also acts as a cushion in our body to protect delicate organs. Okay, and it also increases the flavor and fullness of that food. And in the food industry, we add extra fats, as we have talked in previous podcast. They add extra salts, extra sugar to increase the shelf life, as well as it also increases the flavor of that food. And they also tend to add fats in the food to increase the shelf life, as well as it makes the food tastier and more filling, more fruit filling. So in this way, we can define the dietary fats, and these are the benefits of dietary fats in our body. So that's it for today's podcast, guys. If this podcast has added any values to your life, then please like and share it with your loved ones you care the most. And if you learn something new here, then please consider subscribe channel. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, stay healthy. See you soon in the next one. Bye bye.